guys, so DevPro just updated with all their new Lightsworn stuff, so I decided to, since I just did a video on saying my thoughts on it, I decided why not go ahead and make a deck profile when it starts. So yeah, here's the deck profile. The new cards are Raiden, Lightsworn Assailant, and Minerva, Lightsworn Maiden, and they're the only ones that is updated because they don't know what the synchro effect is so far. So there goes that, but this is filling in the spot for the new Lightsworn card because I'm sure it's going to have a broken effect and you're probably going to run two of them. So that's pretty much why I put two of them in there. So this guy, Lightning Warrior, is supposed to represent that Lightsworn card. So we'll go and hop into the deck profile. So I'm playing triple JD, obviously, because it's the best card in the game. Kinda, whatever. But then BLS because you're running some darks and why not. And you're milling a lot. And then Gores because some type of protection. Double Wolf because now you can mill like crazy, and you can even play triple if you want to. And I'll go over at the end some cards that you could fill in instead. Like you could put in another Wolf if you wanted to over like Gold Sark or like a Monster Reincarnation or something. And then we have double Gyroth because Lumina plus Gyroth is a really good opening play, and if you can get it off, you're probably going to win the game, judging on your mills and draws, obviously. And then one Jane just for a name. And triple Raiden because this card is ridiculous. The new Lightsworn card says that you can send the two top cards from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, if there's a Lightsworn monster among those cards, this card gains 200 attack until your opponent's end phase, so it becomes a 1900 beater if you mill a Lightsworn, which is a pretty good chance you will. And then at the end phase you mill two more, plus he's a level 4 tuner, but right now DevPro's messed up to where he is not a tuner, and the game doesn't recognize it, and neither is this one. So yeah, they're not actually tuners yet on DevPro because DevPro messed up, I guess. But when the cards actually come out and all that stuff, obviously this will be pretty good. And then double Lila because popping back row and it's a name, and you'd want to draw this more than, you know, like Wolf and Raikou and all that stuff. And then Zephyros because he's really good. If you mill him, and then it gets you a lot of rank 4 and just dirty combo plays like that. So you definitely want to mill him, plus he's a dark for VLS. And then Aaron because he's a name, you know, why wouldn't you want to run it? And then Honest because most every card in here is light, plus you can protect Lumina. And then triple Lumina because this card is still completely ridiculous, and I wouldn't be surprised if this deck turned tier 1 once these cards come out, so Lumina might get limited again, who knows. And then double the new Minerva Lightsworn Maiden. Go ahead and read its effect. When this card is normal summon, you can add one light dragon type monster from your deck to your hand whose level is less than or equal to the number of Lightsworn monsters with different names in your graveyard. So if you have 8 Lightsworns in the graveyard, you can add a JD for free, which is pretty good, but obviously you're probably not going to do that very often, so that effect isn't the most necessary. And you can run lower level 4 dragons like the let me look it up real quick. Wine Burst, I think yeah, you can run these two, and you could add this guy off of it if you have 4 Lightsworns in the graveyard. And these cards just help you go for rank 4s, plus you can synchro with them, so I might actually try to make a deck going around these guys. And then then the other effect is when this card is sent from the from your deck to the graveyard, you get to send an extra card. So if this one gets milled, you get to mill an extra card, which is pretty good. And then at the end phase, you can mill 2 cards if this card's on the graveyard, or if it's on the field, sorry. And then triple Necro Gardener because this card's ridiculous. It's a dark for BLS if you really need it, plus it it can stop attacks for you, protecting Lumina first turn. So if you mill this guy, he's definitely going to help you out a lot, so yeah. And the double Card Trooper because it's really good. You get to mill more stuff, and you get to draw a card. And Raikou because he gets rid of Ophion stuff, so you might want to throw in another Raikou on the side if you want. And then double Veiler just for a little bit of protection, I guess. And then triple Solar Recharge because this card's really good. You get to draw 2, mill 2. Like, that's pretty good, I heard. And the double Monster Reincarnation because now you're going to be milling off JDs and BLSs and Gores everywhere. So you definitely want this guy just to get back cards and discard the Wolves and Zephyros and Necro Gardeners you get in your hand. And then one Gold Sark because you can Sark out for Recharge, Charge, or JD, or BLS if you want. And then Foolish because you can send Wolf, Zephyros, and all these other guys, even this one now since it mills an extra card. So this card's pretty good. And then Charge, so why not? And then one Lance because it's just really need to fill in that extra room. You might take out a Lance, put in a Raikou, or take out a Wolf, put in a second Lance, you know, random combinations like that. And then for the extra deck, I got Crimson Blader and Scrap Dragon for the level 8s. The idea is to use this guy plus any Lightsworn to make these two, and this helps against dragons, and it's just how it gets rid of anything. And then one Black Rose because sometimes you want to Black Rose the field, and this card's ridiculous. And then this guy is supposed to represent the new Lightsworn card, which effect I don't know, but I know it's going to be broken, so why not use it? And then Ancient Sacred Wyvern because this card can get really boosted really quick, and it says when your life points are higher than your opponent's, this card gains attack equal to the difference. So if you're at 3,000, or if you're at 8,000 and they're at 3,000, this card is going to be a 7,100 beater. So yeah, and when this card is destroyed by battle, you can pay 1,000 and get it back. So this card is pretty good. You can make it using Minerva plus any level 4 Lightsworn. So there you go. And then just a random level 6 in the form of Psyconductor Behemoth. And then a 5 for Armides, Keeper of Illusions. And Armides and Ancient Secret Wyvern work with Honest, so there's a card. And then Evilswarm Ophion, or Evilswarm Ouroboros, because you can get out of this Beetle lock. Plus this card's just really good. And then Pap, because it works with Honest and it's good. And then 1 Paladamino, because that card's good. And this card is really good. You might want to put 2 in here. And then 1 Djinn, just because it's defensive. Plus you can send a dark. It's a dark itself. And then Laval Chain, because yeah, you can send cards from your deck. Plus you can stack a JD or BLS. And then Cowboy, because it wins games. And 1 Levier, because Lumina can open up these plays pretty easily. And it's just a side deck. This card is Thrasher. It helps you get into like the rank 4s that you might need for answers. Plus you can use it with this guy to make your other answers. So this guy just opens up a lot of things in the extra deck that you might want. And then Double Max C for spammy. And then Curry Volt, I just like this card because it fucks up Ophion. Because you can detach one off of theirs and then special summon this plus another one, which is pretty good, so I like it. And then 1 Dark Hole because you might need it sometime. Then 2 MSTs for back row, XYZ Encore for Evilswarm, and then double row to Creep because it works, I guess. But yeah, XYZ Encore and Curry Volt are definitely going to be needed, because when these cards come out, guess what deck's going to be played a lot? Evilswarm, so yeah. But yep, that's pretty much the deck profile, so if you like, leave a like, subscribe for more, and leave a comment on stuff you'd rather change, so that'd be great. And I'm out. Later, guys.